Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It's Tuesday, February 27th. Hope you have your coffee. So, today I thought we'd follow up on a topic that I tried starting yesterday that I got sidetracked on. And that's kind of what I call mood swings. And we all have them. It just varies from person to person. And the other thing is if you have time for them. All right, so stay tuned. All right, so what are we talking about when we talk about mood swings? I'm talking about there's between 28 and 31 days in a month, right? And I know once I start talking, you guys will pick up on it and understand what I'm talking about. And learning how to capitalize on it. All right. As always, I use myself as examples, right? And I have them. And there's some days that I approach what I'm doing. Let's say, this YouTube channel. And the topic of the day, what am I going to talk about? Now, if all cylinders are clicking, I've got like 100 topic ideas. And then I'm trying to figure out which one to do, right? But then days later, weeks later, you sit down at the mic and you're like, I don't have a topic. What do I talk about? And it takes everything to try to come up with something. And you get frustrated because everything that was easy now is 10 times harder. And all cylinders aren't clicking on the same cylinder or all. So I call that mood swings. And why do I call it mood swings? It's because when you're clicking on all cylinders and you have that 100 titles, ideally what you want to do at that point in time is write down 20 of the top ones and put them on a notepad somewhere. You see where I'm going? So as that peak, the best time that you're firing all cylinders for that month, you're capitalizing on it because you know it's going to go the other direction towards a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks away. And then when you get to that point of where you're looking at it 3 weeks away, you grab that notebook and you look at it or your notepad on your computer and you go through and you pick a topic that you feel good, comfortable talking about. And that relates to anything you do in life, whether it's business, pleasure, I don't care. Certain times of the month, things will be easy for you. And I guarantee you, certain times of the month, no matter what you do, you can't accomplish it. You just feel exhausted and demoralized for some people. So let's split it up, all right? We have our good days and we have our bad days. And the idea is to have more good days than bad days, right? And then you have what's in between, mediocre days or okay days. So how do we take advantage of knowing that fact to help us have an easier life, a better life? And I can tell you how I do it. What I do is I know that when I'm in a high, I call it my high, that I'm going to be very productive, okay? And I always have a list of things that I want to get done. And I save those for my high. okay, the high days. And when those days arrive, you know it's arrived, all right? Because everything is, like yesterday was one of those days. I had a honey-do list that I want to get done of 7 different things, and within 2 hours I had the 7 knocked out. But I also have the other side of it. Those days where you just look at everything and it's like this rose-colored glasses. It is, no matter what you look at, whether it be your finances or relationships or I don't care. It all has it's not good. If you're talking financial, you're thinking, you're worrying about money, you're worrying about the bills, you're worrying about going to work, you're on and on, worry. And during that time, you may have a good relationship, and then you start worrying about, is it a good relationship? You start playing these head games with yourself. And what I do during those periods, okay, is the first thing that comes to mind is stop. Just stop. All I want to do is just work my way through the day without a mishap. Don't take on any big projects. Don't take on, big ideas that you want to run with and get accomplished. Just stop. And understand that this is all part of the month. So you girls, you have it twice as bad because you have your once a month, and now you have this, right? Well, we have it too. It's not specific to just guys. It covers all of us. We need to understand that during those periods and times of the lows, that it's going to pass. And not to take on anything at that point in time, because you're not going to be able to put forth the effort that you need to carry it through. So in retrospect, actually you're hurting yourself if you decide to try anything of any value during that period. So what I do, I just don't plan on doing anything outside, getting up in the morning, going to work, just mundane stuff. If I start finding myself worrying about something, I just say, stop. Not today. Just keep plugging along. You're not getting a lot accomplished. You're just getting through the day, okay? Knowing that this will pass. And then you have your what I call mediocre days. And that's the days in between the high and the low. And you can still get quite a bit of stuff accomplished during the mediocre days. And you could take on the smaller tasks that you want to get done. But you want to save the big ones for your high. And why do I say you want to save all the big ones for your high? It's because even during your mediocre days, you're not top of your game. I mean, if you're trying to talk about any lifestyle change, business change, anything, you want to do it during the high. Because if you're doing it during the high, then you have a good outlook on life. And if it still feels you need to have it done, do it. But if you take on that same thing that you want to get accomplished, that may not be a positive thing, but you still need to get it done, a high will get you through. If you do it during the low, it will be 10 times worse, and you're going to screw it up. And then even on your mediocre days, those aren't the decision days. Those aren't the days to decide whether to yay or nay something. I leave all my decisions for that week and a half that I'm running on high. That's where all my big decisions come from. And if somebody tries to make me make a decision in between the lows and the in-betweens, I just say, let me think about it. And what I'm doing is I'm leaving it towards my high. Because my high, when I'm firing on all cylinders, I can look at it in a positive light, and if it needs to be done, do it. If not, make sure that the rest of the month I'm telling myself, leave it alone. It's not a good idea. So if you're in one of those lows right now and nothing seems to be going well for you, you can extend those if you get wrapped up in it. And you're like, what? Yeah. If you make decisions during your lows that you should have had left for your highs, then you can prolong that low by making bad decisions and having, everything you do has a response, right? So if you do things during your lows and you put it out there, you're going to get something back. And normally during those periods, it's not too good because you're looking at it all wrong anyways. So that's not the good time to talk about, working on your relationship with your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever. Leave it for your high to make that decision of where do you want to go with this. And then you're in between, where you're not high, you're not low. You can work on small things concerning that relationship. But any big decision, you got to leave for your high. Does that make any sense? So today I'm running behind, so I'm going to wrap this up quick. That understand that your big projects and the big decisions, save it for the days that you're having your high. Don't make any lifestyle changes or business changes or anything when you're running in your low. Never, never, never. It will never turn out well. And then your mediocre days, you can take on the in-between tasks, the ones that aren't top of your line, like changing, shutting your business down, to quitting a relationship, to starting a relationship. All those need to be saved for your high. So on that note, you guys have a great Tuesday. I got a tractor to deliver this morning, and I got a four-wheeler to pick up that I bought. And we'll catch you here bright and early tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching.